Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Andrew Warren, and in today's video, we're going to be doing our daily transparency update, which is basically just a portfolio update. I like to talk about my gains or my losses for every single stock market day that I can make these videos on. And then also, we have the discussion of what most of you all are probably here for, which is the S&P 500 inclusion announcement for Tesla, which has been long awaited. This is something that people have been waiting for what seems like a pretty long time now, months and months. And many people were really disappointed like months ago when a lot of these other companies were being included into the S&P 500, and then Tesla was kind of just being ignored on the side, even though we know that there's going to be a lot of progress out of this company over the next couple of years especially. So as you can see, the announcement did occur in after hours. Pretty much the whole day aside from that was kind of just over and under the baseline. I mean, we had the highest point of the day before this, before that big surge upwards, which was at around like plus 0.70%. So nothing too significant today until the after hours. So first off with this, let's just get into the S&P 500 announcement, and then we'll also cover the portfolio, including the time frames and the gain percentages and things like that. So before we get into any of the actual portfolio stuff, talking about the gains and the amount of money made today with the portfolio and stuff, let's just get right into this article that kind of gives some details on this S&P 500 inclusion announcement. And we'll go ahead and check out this article by Electric. But of course, as always, please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoy these videos. The grind is going to be back on. I should be pumping out Tesla videos consistently from now on. And also, don't forget that there's a promotion for 3 free stocks from Webull right now if you sign up with my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. You can take that $100 right back out, so it's basically just free money, and there's rarely opportunities out there like that nowadays where you can get pretty easy money with fairly minimal effort. But anyways, let's check out this article by Electric that gives some details on this announcement, and then we'll expand further on the portfolio update and things like that. So just providing some details on this most recent announcement, this article from Electric and author Fred Lambert, of course, as always, we appreciate this information. This says, now the S&P has announced that Tesla will be included in the next reshuffle coming in December. And it says, quote, on November 16th, 2020, S&P DJI announced that Tesla will be added to the S&P 500 effective prior to the opening of trading on Monday, December 21st, to coincide with the December quarterly rebalancing effective date. Then it states, due to the large size of the addition, S&P Dow Jones Indices is seeking feedback through a consultation to the investment community to determine if Tesla should be added all at once on the rebalance effective date or in 2 separate tranches ending on the rebalance effective date. So those are just a few details about this most recent announcement. Of course, we'll be covering this more in news videos further to come. But with that being said, let's just take a look at the portfolio today and the movement that we saw out of this most recent announcement. So as you all can see, we are nearing all-time highs for the portfolio once again, and that includes us at a value of $184,437.66. And now that I actually think about it, this is an all-time high for me. I think the all-time high previously was like 176,000 or 178,000, although the all-time chart will say that on this August 31st date, I was at $188,000. That's actually not really accurate, because as you add in money over time and as you buy more Tesla stock like I've done, so then it kind of readjusts the recent dates and it readjusts all these points on the graph based on your initial investment and all the money that you've put in on it. So actually the previous peaks on here are kind of based on how much money I've put in so far. So it's not really accurate. I think, like I said, on this August 31st date, I think it was around like $176,000 or $174,000. So this is by far an all-time high now that I think about it. So even though this isn't the highest peak on the graph, if we're actually looking at the numbers, like I said, Robinhood readjusts those numbers based on you putting more money into your portfolio. So it does change those previous peaks, but still, in regards to this all-time high, we're not only nearing an all-time high on the chart, but like I said, today is an all-time high as well if we disregard that adjustment for those numbers. So this is a really exciting day for a lot of us out there, because not only is this just a good announcement in general, but also I think S&P 500, this inclusion announcement is going to lead to a lot more investors starting to pick up more shares, because we know this purchase is inevitable. A lot of these funds that are trying to replicate the S&P 500, they're basically going to have to buy more Tesla stock as well, unless they just choose to completely disregard this, which I think is a pretty bad idea for the long term if they really want to keep keep up with the S&P 500 and actually make their clients money. But that's a major reason why this is such a big announcement, because not only is this a mandatory buying for the S&P 500, but we have a lot of these other funds out there that are trying to replicate the S&P 500 that are going to have to choose to buy this, or maybe choose not to buy this as well. But like I said, I think it's likely that many of these funds will be adding Tesla. So considering that, there's going to be a lot of retail investors, at least in my opinion, that are going to be considering these things and possibly buying more shares ahead of time when they may have otherwise possibly waited a little bit longer. So this is actually going to kind of kickstart more purchasing for Tesla stock, I think, just because of this announcement. Is kind of similar to the stock split. I don't know if it's going to end up to the same effect where there's a huge run up and then finally it kind of goes back down to where it was at previously, but I think we will see a similar run up to how we saw with the stock split. But I think it's more likely that this could be a permanent change, and I definitely think we could hit over $500 for the Tesla share price by the end of the year. I think that's a really big possibility, and honestly at this point I think it deserves to be put into the S&P 500. I understand the whole perspective on, yes, it may be a little bit overpriced for what it's worth exactly at this point in time, but the whole point of investing is thinking as far as you can think into the future, you know, taking out that telescope and just looking as far out as you can see and trying to see value in the future. And when you see those opportunities, investors like to take action on that before everyone else realizes those opportunities. So even though it may seem a bit expensive, even at this point in time to some people, the point of investing is looking much further out into the future and trying to think, is there some opportunity here in just purchasing right now, even if I'm purchasing at a premium. And I think we're seeing a similar scenario with S&P 500 inclusion. They know that Tesla is inevitably going to be producing millions of cars every single year. They're going to be producing revenue from autonomy and also many other forms of revenue as well. They have their whole energy business on the side also, and also many other forms of revenue. But anyways, let's check out the portfolio. I kind of went on a rant there, but as you can see, just for the normal market hours today, we had a minus 0.10% drop, which is minus $164.53. And then in the after hours, we had a plus 13.29% surge, which was plus $21,630.25 for the portfolio. So this was actually a pretty huge gain day, one of the bigger gain days that I can think in the history of my investing career. So this is really exciting. There's been many days where I've lost $20,000, over $20,000, near $30,000 on some days, but as you can see, I'm being rewarded for having patience here and not being over emotional about the market and panic selling and things like that. So that's really why I try to emphasize with the stock market. If you believe in a company, just stay the course, ignore the volatility as long as you have faith and you've done your research and you believe it's very likely that a company will be successful. So it's really important to take on that perspective as well. And then also just checking out the rest of the time frames. I know some of y'all are sometimes curious. For the past week, we are up 10.03%, which is plus $16,810.60. And then over the past month, we are up 4.71%, which is plus $8,301.34. And then over the past 3 months, we're currently up 22.45%, which is plus $33,816.44. And then over the past year, we are currently up 79.67%, which is plus $81,785.19. And then the same thing applies for the all-time chart as well, considering that I've been investing for under a year. On December 2nd, that will be the 1-year anniversary of me investing on Robinhood. So that's pretty exciting as well. Like I said, I'm really interested to see if we can hit over this $500 number by the end of the year. I definitely think that's likely. And another thing I'm really interested to see is if I can get over a $200,000 value for the portfolio by the end of the year, or at least just hitting that number by the end of the year. Even if it hits that number and goes back down, as long as I can hit that number, that'll be pretty exciting. And just the idea of hitting over that 200K number, it's just really motivating. And that's one of the reasons why I like to do these portfolio updates, because I've really shown y'all how fast you can grow your portfolio if you pay attention to the news regarding the investments that you're wanting to invest in. And as long as you're continuing to invest, dollar cost averaging, and making good financial decisions on your investments, then you can actually grow your portfolio pretty significantly. And that's the reason that I do these portfolio updates. I want to motivate people to make money. I want to motivate people to grow their portfolios. And so hopefully, at least some of you all out there, hopefully these videos help with that. But anyways, just referencing the rest of the market, we always like to do that as well. We have NASDAQ at minus 0.23% for today, and then we have VOO at plus 1.02%. A few of the tech stocks are in the red, and then again, a few of the other ones are in the green. So we just kind of have either or for the day, some stocks in the red, some stocks in the green. It seems like the majority are in the green. We have a few red here and there, and Tesla could have ended up being in the red for today if it wasn't for this most recent S&P 500 inclusion announcement. As you can see, like I said, it's at minus 0.10% for the normal market hours. Now, I don't know where it would have gone in the after hours, but you can definitely see how much the S&P 500 announcement has saved today in terms of just the movement. But anyways, let's just go ahead and check out the total return for Tesla. So for today's return, like I said, we are at plus 13.09%, which is plus $21,465.72. And then for the total return, we are at plus 51.74%, and that is plus $63,212.98. So a little over a 50% gain for Tesla. And as I referenced earlier, we're a little over that at around 80% for the total portfolio. That's just because I sold some stocks before I completely went all in on Tesla. So I made a pretty decent profit on some of the other ones like Apple and Microsoft as well. And even Tesla, that has lowered the gain percentage a little bit, considering that I've been buying a lot more Tesla recently. But anyways, I just wanted to discuss this most recent S&P 500 announcement and then also do the daily portfolio update, since it feels like it's been a while since I've been pretty consistent on that. Like I said, I had some things going on recently, but we should be back on the grind now. And today is definitely one of those motivating days where we're finally seeing a lot of action out of Tesla. I knew it was inevitable that we would see another day like this. It was just a matter of time. So I'm definitely happy for those of you out there that were able to pick up some shares before today. You likely made a pretty good profit on it. But anyways, I just wanted to share this video with you all. Please make sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed it. And of course, like I said earlier, feel free to check out Robinhood and Webull in the description below. You can sign up with my referral link, and with Webull, you can get 3 free stocks valued up to $1,600 if you use my referral link and deposit $100 into your account. Keep in mind, like I said, you can take that $100 right back out. So it's basically just nice passive income with minimal effort. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.